Hi folks, how's it going? You may have watched my previous video, The Problem with Games. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's very in-depth, it's about almost 40 minutes, and I put a lot of work into it. A lot of footage, a lot of research, a lot of editing. It was a huge amount. It's the most work that I've probably ever put into a video on my channel, and it was a lot of stress. Took about 3 weeks of near constant editing and people outside yelling about something. Took about 3 weeks of filming, editing, putting it all together. It was like a giant jigsaw puzzle, really. And God, I was so drained and so tired by the end of it. I just didn't really want to do anything for a while. Not even just a simple video, not just a conversation, nothing. Nothing on YouTube. Just relax and try to take it a little bit easy. Normally around this time, I'd make a video called Message to 2019. Or it would be Message to 2019, where I talk about different groups. In the past, I've talked about the alt-right, social justice folks, anti-social justice warrior people, online creators, the president and politicians, and talked about my message to them and what I would want to see or what I think might happen with those various groups. But I think this year I probably won't do that because it's getting really repetitive. It's basically just the alt-right, stop being such massive fucking shitheads, stop being so fucking racist. That's what I say to them every single year. Online skeptic people and anti-social justice people, actually research, actually read, stop being shithead. Like, it's very repetitive. It's just the same thing over and over again. So I'm probably going to skip that. Who knows, I might get a sudden burst of inspiration in the next week and want to make another message to insert year, but people are never going to improve. Things just get worse and worse, and there's a few outliers, and there's a few people who manage to make things better, but overall, time has just made me more cynical, more pessimistic, and more skeptical, so I'm probably just going to stop talking about that. Aspirations. They're just for people who love being disappointed. So because I'm still in the come down from making such an in-depth video, I don't really do this as a living, I don't make too much money off it, I got other shit that I gotta think about. I decided to just kick it old school, go back to my roots, and just put an article up on screen and then flagrantly misread it, straw man, just make terrible points. You know, literally while it's on the screen, you can see me in real time misunderstanding what an author is saying and then behaving like I'm some sort of fucking genius, like I nailed it, even though I just owned myself for everyone on YouTube. It's simple, it's easy, I don't have to do much editing, not much work has to go into it, definitely no research, get a lot of views, get a lot of likes, we can all go home. Now this article's been around for a little while, but it's an outrage that I kind of missed out on, I didn't capitalize on it, so I thought I'd come back to it and cover it now. I think this will definitely adhere to many of the preconceptions of the people in my audience who just want to be mindlessly outraged about something that doesn't actually fucking matter, and who gives a fucking shit at all about this. Well, you do. That's why you're watching my channel, and that's why you're gonna enjoy me totally not understanding what's being said, yet I'm gonna laugh smugly a lot, like, wow, if only you'd read Descartes. Now for starters. Just had to get that out of the way. This is an article about Tess Holliday. Now, the first thing that stands out about this is it's a magazine, or so they say, called Cosmopolitan. Ooh, wow, when you put it like that, Cosmopolitan, it makes, oh, I'm making it all blue, that's crazy. They're like, ooh, we're called Cosmopolitan. Fuck you, like, this is why everyone hates the mainstream media, because they have names like Cosmopolitan. What about us little people? What about the middle class trying to get by? We're not called Cosmopolitan. I'm sorry, I'm just really distracted because look at this. I'm making it all blue. It's like a flashing light show. Look at this. And depending on how I highlight it, it gets... Wow, I even made the photo blue. I bet Cosmopolitan didn't expect that. Did they? Anyways, wait, where was I? Now, as you see, it says Tess Holliday, spelt incorrectly. Holiday, if I look up Holiday, Holiday is spelled with 1 L, but she couldn't even spell her name right. Dusty Baxter Wright. That is the kind of name someone who writes an article like this would have, I'm assuming. Tess Holliday talks to the morning after. Pfft. Who cares? Tess Holiday had the best capitals. Yeah, right. The media lies to you. To criticism of... Look, I might just skip half of this sentence. What's going on? Reminding critics that my message isn't let's all be fat. My message is let's love yourself. So they're literally threatening some people with being fat. So if you are an unlucky customer, Cosmopolitan will tell you, you have to be fat. Let's not all be fat. You have to be fat. Well, I think nobody should be fat. Why are they threatening me with fatness? But let's move on. While the feedback to the October 2018 cover proves feedback definition. What is feedback? Okay, that's a little bit too long as well. Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain had a different idea. This is so bad. And then this is the cover, I'm assuming, because wouldn't it be hilarious if one of you internet sleuths found out that this was a different cover than what the article was about? Imagine how stupid they'd look. I want some of you guys to look into that. What a load of baloney. This cover is just as dangerous as zero-sized models. A zero-sized model, they wouldn't even exist because a model has to be in a size. They made a total fuck up with this text. It's all going that way, but all the other stuff's straight. Somebody should be fired for that. And then it says that Tess, whoever that is, I mean, who the fuck is Tess, took the opportunity to respond to his negative feedback. And her reply was brilliant. Was it the best or was it brilliant? Like, make up your mind. If I go back here, look. Had the best response. But here, she just said, well, Dusty Bankster said, this is brilliant. Which is it? Brilliant or best? I mean, the fucking media has a stranglehold on us. This is the corporations who are doing this to us. Some people accuse me of not reading the article properly, but I'm going to literally read this entire quote, word for word. And I'm not going to make any mistakes. And that's going to disprove that I don't properly read stuff with articles. At the end of the day, I'm not doing this for people like Piers. Full stop. I'm doing this for women around the world that need to see someone that looks like me to feel less alone and to understand that the way they look is beautiful. Full stop. The majority of my following is not plus size. Where was I again? No, I got this. It's very diverse. At the end of the day, we all have issues with our bodies. We could go a long way with a little bit of respect and kindness, and unfortunately, that didn't happen in this case. I read the whole thing perfectly. So I didn't also have the time to sort of compute the words. So if you could maybe in the comments tell me what that said. It's just hard to do both at once. And then here's another photo. I mean, this article is bullshit. So I've been reading this too long already. There's a whole nother fucking quote. Unbelievable. Even though they've kind of screwed it up by making it all thick text. So, Cosmopolitan destroyed. Okay, well this article is a little bit closer to home and is about something that occurred in my home country of New Zealand. This was told to me by my wife as something culturally important and something which is about the ongoing tension between Europeans and Maori people in this country. I probably said Maori wrong. Maori? Yes. Nailed it. Basically, well, I didn't catch all of what it was about because she went on a little bit long. She was talking for at least half a minute. It was like a massive speech. It was a huge monologue. I just got lost in a blizzard of words. But generally, I think it's about the law and courts, Maori Europeans, or Pakeha, And that's the word. Maori, is that what they are? Use. Nailed it again. So I think the publication is called The Spin-Off, I think. It's not one of these. Like, it's not called TV, or politics, or music, or society, or food. Imagine a publication called Food. That would be so dumb. Alright, let's have a look. When a judge slaps down a lawyer for a few words of te reo, it's about power. Power. This is a lamp. Now, you can see the energy coming off that. You can see the light coming from that. Now, do you know what causes that? That's right, power. Power is making this glow. And if I turn off the power, it stopped. But if I turn on the power again, wait, look at this. It's on again. Now it's off power, on power, off power, on power. I think you see my point. Now look at that text. It's about power, really? Is that what you want to say? That's power. Unbelievable. Last Tuesday, High Court oh my god, this is long. But you're here for the content, so I'm just going to power through. Let's do it. Last Tuesday, High Court Justice Timothy Brewer asked a lawyer if she was making a political point by introducing herself and her client in te reo Māori. Sociolinguist Vinnie Olsen-Reeder unpacks the bias underpinning those comments. Sociolinguist. Headlines about things Māori often seem to miss the point. High Court judge asks if interpreter needed following lawyer's comments in te reo is the headline about an exchange between a judge and a lawyer. The judge is apparently angry the lawyer has introduced herself in te reo Māori in a courtroom, and the story presents several statements from the judge which are quite concerning to read. The original story talks a lot about interpretation, the relevant legislation Te Ture mo Te Reo 2016, how people have the right to interpretation in courts, how they have to organize it in advance, and how courts have processes to provide for that. To be fair, it's a well-researched article about interpretation. This story isn't about interpretation though, nor is it about Te Ture mo Te Reo Māori, or even necessarily about a courtroom. It's about what happens when one person thinks they have a language subtraction right that they don't have, and they use it to extinguish the language rights, and then the person, okay, I'm losing it. Losing it. I'm just going to have to pick a bit that I can own. Let me see. Power dynamics. Remember what I said about power? So I've already pre-owned this part. Power is everywhere. Yes, it is. My computer's powered. The lights are powered. How can you take the word power and detach it from its literal meaning and then put it in an article? And then call yourself an article writer? Which I assume is what the person who wrote this message calls themselves. I mean, it's kind of like a letter, isn't it? It's a letter on the internet. And we call it an article, but why is it not a letter? Is that just because it's in the computer? This is why we don't trust these sorts of people. Okay, so to be honest, I can't remember where I was in the article, but I kind of blame the article writer for that. They didn't write it in a way which is really put together. It's sort of like hard not to jump around because all of the words are just all over the fucking place. Like, there's words down here, down at the bottom, and there's words at the top. And then there's words in the middle. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to follow this shit? I mean, it's a total cell phone. It's a massive cell phone. Something you can see. You can come back to, and you can check, and you can look at it and be like, wow, this person has totally missed the fucking point of everything, and is too stupid to understand anything on the screen, and yet is representing themselves as some kind of brain genius expert. What a fucking joke. In short, fuck the person who wrote this article. I'm sick of this shit, man. I don't have to do this. I chose to do this because somebody had to do it. Do you think you can do this? Do you think you can put 3 screens together, like highlighting bits like this? Do you think you can fucking do this? This entire exchange was a needless distraction for the courtroom, but Johnston didn't initiate it. Blaming it on her is an unfair power play that makes me super uncomfortable as a citizen of a multilingual country. Can you read it better than that? I fucking doubt it. So don't you dare come at me in the comment section. Don't you come at me anywhere fucking else, because I will shut you down. I have spent my life thinking about reading and looking at wikis, Wikipedia, and looking at parts of summaries of things, and just coming up with my own theories about what everything that I've managed to read means. And you couldn't fucking possibly do that, so shut your fucking mouth. In short, I'm disgusted in the audience. I'm sick of people commenting on my videos. You should know your place, know your role. Your role is to be like, yes, he nailed it. He is smart. By the way, thank you. I'm done dressing you down. You should already know all of this by now. And if you don't know that, unsubscribe. Unfollow me. I don't want you here. No one wants you here. We all think that you're a fool. Maori has been a language of law. Well, I think somebody disagrees with you about that. Mr. Law, if you talk to him, I mean, I assume that's a guy, he would say, no, you're incorrect. If anybody knows Mr. Law, could you get in contact with him about that? I think what this proves is that us, citizen journalists, have now supplanted online establishment journalists, because we can write better stories about what power is. And we don't think power is when someone in a courtroom says, hey, we don't speak te reo Māori in this courtroom, okay? Because that is a completely misunderstanding of the dictionary. Sorry, I'm just quite satisfied. I'm just taking a little bit of time out just to be satisfied. Yes, yes. I got a good feeling about this. So that's it, guys. If you've got other articles that you want me to blatantly misread, misunderstand, not get, and then create a sense of triumph and victory from it, let me know what they are, but please don't send ones with long titles, because reading headlines gets really fucking exhausting. Okay, it's not easy being here. I didn't ask for this. I feel a little bit like Thomas Jefferson being asked out of retirement on his farm to be president. They said, hey, Mr. Jefferson, come be the president. And he said, all right, I'll put down what I'm doing. And then that's how he freed the slaves. Jefferson, thank you. As usual, smash that subscribe button, smash the likes, send in super chats, because they're always open. I think. I don't know. So, Demotivator fans, I salute you. Go out there and own the X-tards, whatever tards. Conservatards. Peace.